After marrying the English Princess Caroline, this absurd Danish king would bring prostitutes back to the palace every night. He deliberately humiliated her, engaging in debauchery right before her eyes, determined to trample her dignity completely underfoot. Even shortly after Caroline gave birth to their child, he abandoned his wife and infant to tour Europe. He was gone for 2 whole years. When the king finally returned from his travels, he remained as arrogant and foolish as ever, deeply disappointing Caroline. What's more, he brought back a man with whom he was extremely close. This man, John, was the king's personal physician who excelled at catering to the king's tastes, frequently accompanying him to brothels. King Christian now depended heavily on John, even inviting him to court meetings. While temperamental in his personal life, the king was merely a puppet in political affairs, serving only as a tool to sign documents. After finishing the tedious business of state, he would eagerly rush off with John to seek pleasure in brothels, leaving the queen neglected and alone. Suddenly, a noise came from outside. Caroline and her lady-in-waiting lit candles to investigate, only to find her husband returning drunk. Just as Caroline was feeling utterly disappointed, the king had the audacity to invite her to drink with him. Caroline loudly scolded her husband, saying that as king, he shouldn't be getting drunk in brothels. John interjected to defend the king, causing Caroline to suppress her anger as she remarked that someone of his status had no right to speak there. Hearing this, Christian mockingly replied,
Undskyld, mor.
Her husband's attitude completely broke Caroline's heart while increasing her disgust for John, whom she considered cut from the same cloth as the king. Meanwhile, Christian was complaining about his wife.
Der så mange prinsesser i verden, og så får jeg en, der super hele tiden. Når hun ikke er udlejet dronning, så ligger hun bare op på sit værelse og sover. Har I overvejet, hun kunne være syg?
Hearing this, Christian made the outrageous request.
Ja, du må tilse hendes brunse. Gør hende sjov, ikke? Jeg vil gerne have en sjov dronning.
At the king's insistence, John performed a full physical examination of the queen, finding that while her mental state was poor, there was nothing wrong with her physical health. Caroline was exasperated by her husband's twisted logic. She ignored John but was drawn to the bookshelf behind him. Although she thought John lacked propriety, his book collection impressed her, especially the latest work by Rousseau.
L'homme est né libre. Et partout, il est dans l'affaire.
She turned to John with a request. From that point on, Caroline's opinion of John began to change. Though he spent his days accompanying the king in frivolous activities, appearing irresponsible, Caroline believed this was merely a facade. After all, how vulgar could someone be who studied Rousseau's works? In the days that followed, whenever John was present, Caroline's gaze would unconsciously fall upon him. The relationship between them began to undergo a subtle transformation.